Resource Recovery and Recycling Campus, R3C, groundbreaking event.
Get started and try and make sure we beat the rain. Welcome, everybody. I'm Mayor John Hala, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this memorable groundbreaking ceremony. First, I want to just acknowledge some of our city council members. You see Tim Garton over here, Councilwoman Gloria Betcher, and I know Anita Rollins. Where'd you go, Anita? There you are. All right. And we invited a number of the partners that we have in this project, and that includes Story County. Anybody from Story County here? And Iowa State University, and then a number of cities. We have Cambridge, Gilbert, Huxley, Kelly, Carlsberg, Nevada, Roland, Slater, Story City, Zering, and then some of the solid waste haulers. Any of you here today? Boone County Landfill, Carroll County Landfill, Iowa Department of Natural Resources is here, I know that, so probably been easier to say who's not here, I guess, instead of who is here. But anyway, well, we're glad you're all here, and this marks a pretty big change in what's going to be happening here in Ames. Construction of a new resource recovery recycling campus here on 9.5 acres, and I just mentioned to one of the representatives of Story Construction that it looks a little different than it did last week. So thank you to give us an idea of the scale of the site. So we're going to be handling solid waste from Ames and the surrounding community partners, and as many of you are probably aware, we're going to also include yard waste and recycling infrastructure to divert materials from the landfill. So. And I'm just proud that during my tenure we were able to partner with REG, now Chevron REG, to start using B100 in some of our dump trucks. During the snow removal here a few years ago, now we're trying to use as much as we possibly can, and we're going to use B100 biodiesel in all the trucks that haul solid waste to the Carroll County landfill. So with that, I'm going to introduce our Director of Public Works, Justin Clausen, and he's going to offer a few comments about the project, and then I think Mark Peebler is going to join him after that. So, Justin?
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks for everyone for being here. Really impressed by the turnout and appreciate everyone being here in this lovely weather today. But for the past 50 years, Ames has been a leader in the solid waste industry. In the 1970s, one of my predecessors, Arnold Chantlin, had the idea how to use our waste stream as a resource. And so out of that came the Arnold O. Chantlin Resource Recovery Center. It's been in operation since 1975. And there we remove recyclable metals from the waste stream and then use it to supplement the fuel in our city power plant. And doing that was first in the nation. First one in the United States to ever do that. And though this was successful for a number of years of really reducing the volume of waste that went to the landfill, a number of technical and economic and regulatory changes really has brought us to a crossroads. We need to find a new solution for how we handle solid waste. And Ames still wants to be a leader in that. So the response to those changes is the Resource Recovery Recycling Campus, which we call the R3C. And so as part of that, we will continue to process our solid waste here. But what's really neat is about 2 years ago, Council directed us to move forward with a new way to take care of solid waste within Ames and the surrounding partner communities that we have. And so we had to find a place to do that, which is where we're standing now. We recognize that we have leaders from the Resource Recovery Center here with us today that have some of that legacy. We want to continue to honor that legacy of how we handle solid waste. And so in the past 24 months, we put together a plan of how to work through the project, how to finance it, how to find land to build it. And ultimately, in the last 4 months, we put together design development, which is incredibly accelerated to get to this point today where we can build it. 12 months from now, I really hope to be here for a ribbon cutting with all of you so we can put this facility into place and really see it go into action. And so I need to make sure I recognize our design team, HDR Engineering. Katie Kinley especially is standing here. She's been kind of my counterpoint with our design team, putting together lots of hours to make this happen, so we really appreciate them being here. Story Construction, as the mayor mentioned earlier, is our construction manager, and there's a lot of Story Construction members here as well. And so they'll be kind of our eyes and ears on site, helping us make sure this project moves forward. But ultimately, there's 11 prime bid contractors that will help us build this thing. RH Graybaugh Construction, Jensen Builders, Heartland Finishes, TK Elevator, Tri-City Fire Protection, ACI Mechanical, Enterprise Electric, Construct, On Track Construction, Lakeside Contractors, and RRT Design and Construction. And so they all came together to help us get to this point. And really a lot of it was put together with input from the staff. And I want to invite Mark Peebler up, who is our Resource Recovery Superintendent, to talk about how we work with the staff and some of the future of this site.
Thanks, Justin. Today marks an exciting milestone for the City of Ames as we break ground on our new Resource Recovery and Recycling Campus, R3C, as many of you have heard it called. This project represents a major step forward in how we manage solid waste and recyclable materials in our community. The new facility will include modern equipment to convey and process solid waste, shred materials, and recover both ferrous and non-ferrous metals for recycling. Just as important, the layout has been designed with the future in mind, allowing room for growth, improving customer flow, enhancing safety, and creating space for education and expanded waste diversion efforts. A project like this does not happen without the people behind it. We want to recognize the resource recovery staff who played a critical role in the review and design of this facility. Their hands-on experience helped ensure the campus will operate safely, efficiently, and sustainably. I'd like to thank Mike Clark, Jeremy Taylor, Aaron Worth, Brian Heenan, John Rundall, Jason Spicer, Jim Hammond, Tom Bell, Dalton Daly, Jeff Adams, Jeff Needham, Patrick Costner, and David Wells. Also Corey Goodnow, Justin Clausen, Brian Phillips, Steve Shanker, our mayor and city council, and the many other staff members and stakeholders who contributed throughout this process. Thank you for your leadership and commitment. Because of efforts like these, Ames continues to lead in resource recovery. In 2025 alone, our system processed over 40,000 tons of municipal solid waste while recovering more than 1,300 tons of metal, 236 tons of glass, and 218 tons of additional cardboard, paper, plastics for recycling, not including any of the food waste diversion totals, Great Pumpkin Disposal, Rummage Rampage, and other electronics. This July we'll launch a new residential curbside recycling program that is expected to divert at least 2,500 tons of recyclable material from the landfill each year. As we celebrate our past success and sustainability, we also look ahead with excitement to new operations, stronger partnerships, and continued progress towards our environmental goals. Thank you all for being here today and for being a part of this important next chapter for the City of Ames.
Mayor Hala approaches the podium.
Thank you, Justin and Mark. And given the fact it's starting to rain, we're going to work really quickly here to get this thing done so we can get you going.
Ames Mayor, council members, and R3C partners line up with shovels. City of Ames, cityofames.org.